It happened 2 years ago. I still get chills when I think about it. I was living alone in a small apartment. It was a quiet area, no noise, no traffic, just silence. That night I was watching TV. It was late, around midnight. Suddenly the TV turned off by itself. I thought it was a power cut, but the lights were still on. I checked the remote. It was fine. I felt uneasy. The air felt heavy. I ignored it and went to bed. As I was lying there, I heard a noise. It was coming from the kitchen. It sounded like someone dragging something across the floor. I froze. My heart was pounding. It's just my imagination, I told myself. But the noise continued. Slowly, I got up and walked towards the kitchen. My hands were shaking. I peeked inside. Nothing. The kitchen was empty. Everything looked normal. I laughed nervously and went back to bed. But as soon as I lay down, I heard it again. This time, it was louder, closer. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight. I didn't want to go back to the kitchen, but I had no choice. I needed to know what was happening. I walked slowly, my legs feeling like they weighed a ton. When I reached the kitchen, the noise stopped. I looked around. Still nothing. I decided to check the cabinets. I opened one. Empty. I opened another. Empty. Then I opened the cabinet under the sink. There was a doll. A dirty, old doll. Its face was cracked, and one eye was missing. I had never seen it before. It wasn't mine. My heart raced. I didn't touch it. I closed the cabinet and stepped back. Suddenly, the lights flickered. Then they went out. I was in complete darkness. I felt my way to the counter and grabbed a knife. I stood there listening. The house was silent again. Too silent. Then, I heard a whisper. It was faint, but clear. "Why did you wake me?" My blood ran cold. The voice was right behind me. I turned around swinging the knife, but there was no one there. The whisper came again. "Leave." This time it was louder, angry. I ran to the living room and locked myself in. I sat in a corner, clutching the knife. My phone was dead. I had no way to call for help. Hours passed. The sun finally rose. The light gave me courage. I opened the door and checked the kitchen. The doll was gone. The house was quiet again. I thought it was over, but then I saw something on the living room floor. It was a piece of paper. It wasn't there before. I picked it up. It had just one word written on it. "Stay." I froze. My blood turned to cold. Suddenly, the TV turned on by itself. Static filled the screen. A shadowy figure appeared on the TV. It had no face, just darkness. It pointed at me. The lights started flickering again. The whisper returned, louder this time. "You can't leave." I dropped the paper and ran to the door. I grabbed the handle and yanked it open, but it wouldn't budge. It felt like something was holding it shut. The shadow on the TV grew larger. It started coming out of the screen. I screamed and ran to the window. I tried to open it, but it wouldn't move either. I was trapped. The whisper turned into a scream. The shadow was inches away from me. I closed my eyes, clutching the knife, and swung blindly. When I opened my eyes, everything was gone. The lights were on. The TV was off. The paper was gone. I didn't wait. I grabbed my bag and ran out of the apartment. I never went back. The building was torn down a year later. No one would say why, but I heard rumors. People said strange things happened there. People went missing. I'll never forget that night. I'll never forget the whisper. And sometimes, when it's quiet, I still hear it. "Stay."